and this is Deep Work Fast. Thanks for joining me. Today, I want to talk to you about the idea of impact and why it is an important concept for you to activate if you want to make change in your life. So let's just jump in. So, the kind of impact I want to talk about is you prioritizing the allocation of your energy and your time. We can talk about money a little bit later, but I just want to focus on how you're spending your time and your energy in ways that you are maybe doing more than the mundane tasks, the transactional things we tend to do at work and in our homes, right? Which for most people, I've been coaching people for 27 years, individuals, leaders, and teams. So I have a lot of conversations to reflect on a fairly regular basis. And because I'm coaching people, it gives me the opportunity to listen to what is working, what's not working, how people are feeling. And oftentimes it would be natural for people to tell me what they're dissatisfied with so that I can help them move into something more satisfying. So if that is you, and I want to add just to the satisfaction concept, you might be irritated right now, you might be annoyed, you might be feeling maybe a bigger push than normal or pressure to make change. And if that's you, you're not alone. That seems to be happening to a lot of people these days. And it's one of the reasons I'm doing this deep work fast, because I want to give you some nuggets in short periods of time so that you have time to think about that. And then, of course, if you want to do other kinds of work in a different environment, we have that. Anyway, let's get back to impact. So think about this. You're spending your life, whatever you do every day, and it probably has a lot of transactional efforts, right? You're putting your time, your energy, sometimes your money into what I call transactions, because they tend to be like a Zoom meeting or run and do an errand or make dinner, be done, clean this, put the kids in bed, right? So that's what I mean by it's highly transactional, right? We often have to-do lists. We work through those lists, whether it's work or things at home or even in our relationship. And that's why oftentimes people are dissatisfied. It feels sometimes empty or disconnected or mundane, or it's just too rote and they're maybe even bored. And that's what's irritating. There's a whole bunch of reasons and ways the feelings come forth. I want to note to you that if that is you, one of the reasons I want to talk about impact today is because sometimes people say to me that they want to change their life or their work because they're assuming that those kind of dead inside empty feelings are in fact related directly to the fact that they maybe have outgrown their relationship or their work. And that's why it's time for a change. And that might be true, but I do think it's important that you add to your thinking, at least for a short period of time, what am I doing that is beyond, excuse me, the transactional, right? Beyond the rote things and the to-do list, that is maybe making an impact that is bigger than me and my life and my job. Take a deep breath and think about that, because I want to, if you don't know this, I'm telling you for the first time, or I'm reminding you if you've heard me say this before, we are actually created to be connected to each other. We are connected to help each other in community and have relationships. We are also created to get satisfaction, believe it or not, from reciprocating with each other, the give and take. That's why we need and we want our relationships and work to feel a certain way. We want to feel valued. We want to contribute. We want something to acknowledge that. So just note, we're designed this way. We need it, which is why sometimes this new way of working for some people doesn't feel great, because you're isolated from the interactions with other people that feel like we can feel the impact on the relationship or see the outcome of our work, which oftentimes in the old world, when we spend a lot of time in person with each other, we could actually see that evidence and feel it in a way that it's more difficult to do when we don't actually have in-person interactions. Now, beyond that, I just want to bring something to you also. We are designed in our broad community to also be altruistic, which means to give and activate our activities with each other in a way that sometimes doesn't need anything back. That we are going to feel great about it, know we made an impact because we helped someone else who couldn't actually pay us. Maybe they don't know how to say thank you, or maybe they just say thank you a long time from now because you get satisfaction that you helped them. So, today, what I'm going to ask you to do is think about, are you doing things that make an impact outside of the transactional nature of what you get paid to do or the things that you kind of have to do to keep your family or your home running? Do you have causes in the world? There's a lot of need right now. You may have noticed a lot of people, animals, the environment, like there's no shortage of a need for us to help each other. And the kind of impact I would love for you to contemplate and think about, or maybe increase if you're already doing something, is where we put more activity prioritized in our days, in our weeks, and in our months that go beyond ourselves and our agenda for work and home and actually help solve bigger problems. Now, you don't have to do something grand, and I'm not actually asking you today to like write a big check. So if that came into your mind, put that away. What I'm saying to you is that, can you mentor someone? Can you teach someone to read? Can you deliver food to someone who's shut in? Can you maybe sit and volunteer your time with people in a hospital, in a hospice, in a assisted living who are truly alone? Right? This is the kind of impact that's actually going to feed your soul in ways that our transactional work, no matter how much you love it, can't do. It just can't. I don't know how many PowerPoints I do. And even if I love it, it doesn't feed my soul in the way that I'm talking to you today about these activities of impact. And I know this works. I will tell you, we have built it into even team building when I take executive teams or teams on an offsite or even an on-site meeting. Sometimes in the middle of the day, we'll leave and we'll do service together. Because I believe that when we work together to help other people, again, beyond our selfish needs. And when I say the word selfish, it isn't always a bad thing. Because frankly, come on, running your life and work, running my life and work all day, every day, it actually needs us to think about ourselves and our family, et cetera, and focus on that so that we can keep the trains running, right? Get the things done. But what I'm asking you to do is maybe look beyond all of that and start to identify where you could start giving your energy and your time that's going to create a bigger impact, a meaningful difference, help solve some of these pretty bad problems that we have. Like I said, you don't have to go big. You just need to identify who maybe locally or in your community that you can do this with. And as you start to weave that in, as you're thinking about change that you want in your life, this is a really great way for you to start feeling new feelings. So I want to anchor it here and also say that as you start to experience new feelings because you're breaking out of whatever routine or things that you thought were a problem and you were dissatisfied around, you are also starting to create new legacy. And that's the last thing I want to say to you today, because everything I do in these deep work fast live events, but also in the rest of our coaching and our group coaching and our programs, our courseware, it's all really to do the same things, right? I want to have more people living a life that feels fulfilling, actually feels happy, not in a shallow way. Like, I don't want you to be happy, like, ha ha ha, that's nice. I want you to actually feel deeply satisfied with your work, with your relationships, so that you can look at your life and know that you are on track to leave the legacy that you want to leave. And I know for some people this is very uncomfortable, but you are going to die. So am I. We are not here forever. And honestly, I think that's kind of a good thing. You might not like that idea. It might be hard to think about, but I do believe the sooner in our life we can actually start thinking about that, we can work backwards because that's how we're actually going to get there, right? It's kind of like strategic planning at work. When you set those goals or you set a vision for as far out as you possibly can and you start working towards that, it's a better chance you're actually going to get there. So when we think about legacy and when you are not here anymore, I want you to think about beyond the material items in your life. What is the legacy or the imprint you want to leave on people? You're a role model for your children. You're also a role model, whether you know it or not, for the people around you. So that when they see you happy, when they see you fulfilled, when they see you using your passion in all parts of your life and prioritizing making an impact in a way that's meaningful for all of us, not just yourself or not just a small group or not just your boss or whatever, right? You're not serving those masters. You're serving the bigger picture. When we do that, well, one, it's contagious because everybody around you wants to feel fulfilled and happy. So I promise that you are a role model, whether you know it or not. So if you start using some of these techniques, changing your thinking and actually integrating them into the way you use your time, your energy, and maybe even your money, right? That's where we put our money where our mouth is, or you put your time where your mouth is, or you put your energy where your mouth is. I want you to do all of those things. Okay, this is a big one. I'm going to leave it here for today. If this is resonating and you want more, you can check out the blog on avi.me. It's got a lot of meat to it and a lot of questions. If you need help with that, you can find us. We do group coaching. We do a free session once a month that's on Zoom. You're welcome to join us. Just get on our email list. Anyway, I also do retreats, so come to Hawaii with me. Okay, bye. Have a great day. Let's do this. And if you love this, tell other people and join me again next Wednesday at 12:30 Pacific time here. Bye.